Hello guys, welcome to another video. So on this video we are going to build a simple app that will be using manual dependency injection, and we are going to be consuming a REST API, and this is what we'll be using, quotable.io with quotes. So you basically, it gives you some quotes. I already have the necessary dependencies. As you can see, I have Retrofit here, I have JSON, also have JSON over here, Kotlin core routines. So you need to do the setup. So I have the view model, Retrofit and all that. I will point you to the dependencies. So we need to begin building our app. The first thing would be to have a class. We need to have a class for the quotes list that will be provided by the RESTful API. So I'll create a package model. I will need to access the API so that I can create classes from it. So I just copy that and I right click this, and I will use this converter. Just paste that, I'll name it, and I will generate that. So we have this list over here and we have the results. So the next thing that I want us to have another package, and I'll call this network. On the network package, I will create an interface for the Retrofit Quotes API service, and here we will have a get. Just import that, and we need to get the quotes. Then we have a suspend function, get quotes, which will return a response, and we'll have the quotes list. This is the first function that we want Retrofit to get these resources for us. So with that, I'll create another package and I'll call it repo. Inside the repo, quotes lists, and this will be an interface. So I just need to copy this because this is what we need. Just paste it there. Then we'll have a class to implement that interface, and this class will now have the quote lists repo. And as you can see, we need to override the members. So we have that. So we need to return something. So this will consume the service, yeah. So just the API service. So we'll have the private quotes API service, yeah. Private val. So with that, we can return quotes API service dot now we call the get quotes. The next thing is now having the dependency injection, yeah? So for the dependency injection, I'll just create another package, call it di, as I would have done using Dagger Hilt, and here we'll create an app module for that. So I'll just call this file and let me just call it app module. With this app module, I will have an interface, just call it app module. And in this interface, the first thing that we would have done with Dagger Hilt is creating an instance of Retrofit. So I'll just call this of type Retrofit, and then we would have the quotes API service. And then we'll need to create an object of this class. So with that, I'll just also have that. We need to create a class. So this class will be app module implementation, and this class will implement the interface app module, and we need to override these variables. So for the retrofits, we just use by lazy, and we call the retrofit.builder, and now we need the base URL. So I'll just go back to this, and I'll just copy till there. That's the base URL for us. Paste it here, and then we need to add our converter. So we are using JSON converter.create. Then we build. We need the Quotes API service. So for the Quotes API service, just do the same and call the retrofit.create, and then we will pass the Quotes API service class .java. Oh, this is it's an interface. Then for the repo now we have by lazy2, and for that we call now the implementation class, and we pass now the quotes service. So the next thing that we need to have is the class. We want to link now this module to the application. So I'll create a class, and it will extend the application class, and in here we'll have a companion object. Then we need to override on create, and this basically makes sure that this module is just created once, because it is only created when the onCreate method is called. So we need to instantiate that. Need to call the app module implementation. Yeah, so that's how you do it. Well, it's not a must to do this, but we could add context over here, then just pass this. Well, this can come in handy, especially when you're like using the room database, which actually needs context. So you can pass contexts using that method. Now with that, we need to android.name and then the name. So this name is basically the name that you have created on this class, which extends the application class. And since we are in the manifest, I also have the use permission for internet. So you need to have this. So now we need our view model, and here just create a new package, and in this package I will have quotes list view model. For this class, it needs our repo, and this will be quotes repo. Yeah, so I will have a function. Let me say make a call, and in this function we will have results. So you just use the repo dot get quotes, and since this is a suspend function, we need to have it under the routines. So view model scope launch, then you just have it here under a try. So just have it there. Then when we get the results, we want to log now the output. Import this and just have it, the tag will be results, and then we have the results dot body, then dot to string, because we want everything in form of a string. So here we need to catch an exception, and then yeah, we can do that. Now we need to just make the call directly. So for view model to actually work with a parameter, the repo, we need to utilize we need to create a factory for that. So just create another class here, and I will name it as quotes lists view model factory, and these will like extend the view model provider, and then dot factory. Then we need to override or implement the create function, and for this we also need to pass let me just call it private val repo, and we need to return now our view model. So quotes view model, then we pass the repo and st. Yeah. So we are done with that. Now the next thing is to create an instance now of the view model on our main activity on create. So that's now when the app is built successfully, it automatically makes this call, and if we are successful, we get the results. So on the main activity, I will have a val, we just call it view model, and it's of type quotes view model. So just call the normal view model. Don't need the model class. We need not initializer. We need a factory, and then we'll call now the quotes list view model factory, and this needs now the repo, and the repo we'll find it in the app module. Remember, for the repo we have our repo here in the app module. So going back to that, so just call the d quotes up, and then dot app module, then dot, we need the repo. Yeah, and that's all we need. Fingers crossed, hoping that everything will work for us. So let us test. So the build was successful, and as you can see, we have our results over here. So this is what we expected. Yeah, and that's how you do manual dependency injection. So thank you very much. I have an episode on the same app where I'll be using the Dagger Hills. So thank you so much for watching. Cheers.